Awesome. Hi, Emily. So good to see Emily Beard, who's online. Emily is co-teaches with me at the Montana Women's Prison, and she's an incredible healer, an incredible teacher, and just love her. Speaking of healers, well, really all of you here and across the city are healers. Sometimes we just don't know it, but another healer with us is Josiah Hugs is online as well. I see him tuning in. Josiah, get your mat, get your blocks. We're getting ready to start yoga. So again, I think we'll get started. It's just about 11 o'clock, and I'm Lisa Harmon. I'm one of the pastors here at Billings First Congregational Church. And I'm at the church right now. We have a Thursday yoga class at 11 a.m. and just really super happy to have you join us today. Grab your mat, your blocks. This is kind of a, go at your own pace, listen to the innate wisdom of your body as you go through your practice, your body, your choice. And I'm in the community room today at Billings First Congregational Church. Normally I'm in the chapel when I teach, and I've been broadcasting live out of the chapel, but today I'm in the community room, and what I did was I made my own kind of sanctuary and altar behind me. If you can see, I've got my singing bowl, I've got my little frogs doing yoga. I smudged the room before I got started. Of course, I thought of Lita, because I think I almost set off the alarms in the room as I was smudging. You can do the same at home with incense or essential oils, whatever. I just really want to encourage you to find what those touchstones are for you that reconnect you to yourself. Here we are in a place that we've never been before. At least I haven't, and I know most of us haven't. And so it's really important to cultivate those things that you can touch back to, that draw you back into yourself and your way of life. And I hope that resonates for you, that you can create those spaces and those practices and those rituals that are really, really important, that help you on your walk so that you can reconnect to yourself in the midst of such chaos. And I want you to know also that it's okay if you're not okay during this time. It is such a difficult time, and our hearts are being compressed, right, as we listen to the news and as we read the news and we hear things that are changing on the daily. I want you to know that it's okay if you're not okay in the midst of chaos. But what I want you to know is that community is here for you. I'm in the community room at Billings First Congregational Church, and right over here is Western Native Voice. It's their headquarters. They are a nonprofit dedicated to strengthening Native American communities, neighborhoods, and people across our region. They're not in their office, but they use this community room a lot. We use it at the church for groups, peer-to-peer mentoring. We've done Reiki in this community room, but guess what? It is just a room. Without you, there is no community. And I just want to say that to you. I want to thank you for the community that we are. And I want you to remember that we're community, even as we are sitting apart from each other, but I feel so close to you. I see Sarah and Grace and Morgan and Stuart and Chandler and Lila, and I see Tasha, and I see so many people. I want you to remember that we are community. A church is just a building, but without you, we're not a community. We're not really a church. And so I'm grateful for you. I want you to let that lift you, and also want to say thank you for the great act of community that you are doing right now to stay home and stay protected, because when you are well, we are all well. When we are really taking care of ourselves, we are well in community, and we are ready to do the things that we need to do. I wanted to read to you today, before we get started. This is called Illuminating the Way, and it is by Christine Walters Paintner. And she's been doing some incredible novenas online. And in this book, it talks about the practice of holy pause, when we hit the pause button, or when we pause. And she talks about thresholds. And I want to really talk to you about thresholds in that liminal space that we're standing in as a global community. So Christine says, we are continually crossing thresholds in our lives, both in the literal kind, when moving through doorways, as well as the metaphorical thresholds, when time becomes a transition space of waiting and tending. We hope for good news about a friend struggling with illness. We long for clarity about our own deepest dreams. We await the day when we will no longer feel so torn apart by the great losses of our lives. In the monastic tradition, stasio is the practice of stopping one thing before beginning another. It is the acknowledgement that in the space of transition and threshold is a sacred dimension, is a holy dimension. And this sacred transition, this holy pause, is just full of possibility. And so I want you to kind of tuck that into your practice today, and let's meet on our mat. So we'll begin in a seated position, and I'm going to use my foam block, as I often do, to sit on. And let's just find a comfortable seated position. And just, if you can, be in a cross-legged position. This is called Sukhasana. When I sit on a block, it kind of restores that natural curve to the spine. And let's bring our hands in Hakini Mudra. Hakini Mudra is where our finger points are touch. So just the tips of the fingers touch, and you can just rest your hands maybe by your heart, maybe by your abdomen, maybe in your lap. And maybe take your shoulders up and back, letting the heart rise out of the cave of the chest. And just connect to the breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Maybe soften the gaze or close the eyes, up to you. Connecting to the rhythm of your own breath. Letting the breath draw you deeper into your body and into your practice today. So rising with the inhale and falling, releasing with the exhale, melting shoulders down the back, releasing any tension in the face, any tension in the jaw, connecting to the breath, letting it draw you deeply into the body and into your practice today. Hakini Mudra is that mudra, that hand gesture of balance, balancing out the right and the left brain. Thought it would be helpful during this time when it seems like we can be out of balance, and rightly so. Staying with the breath. Using the breath to calm the mind, to stabilize the emotions, and to relax the body. Feel deeply held by community in this moment in time as we gather as a community. In this threshold in time in our lives. And we stand together in that threshold, even though it seems at times we are alone, we are standing as a community in the threshold, shoulder to shoulder, at a time when we need to be really clear about our future and who we want to be when we walk through that threshold together. Staying with the breath. Letting the breath wash over you like waves in the ocean, cleansing, healing, beautiful creation. And then if you would, take a moment here to set an intention for your practice, maybe a prayer, a mantra. Standing in that threshold, what is your mantra for this time? This place, in this space of the sacred dimension that we find ourselves in. Connect to the breath. Let the breath help you go deeper into your body and into your practice. Take one more inhale here. And on your exhale, release your Hakini Mudra. Rest your hands on your thighs. If you want to come off your block, you certainly can, or your blanket. And we're just going to do some simple arm movements here. So let's inhale, arms up overhead. Yeah. Can you find Hakini Mudra where the finger points touch? It's believed that there are these channels that run throughout your body, and indeed they do. And there are some that end in the finger points. And when you connect them, it activates certain things in the body, mind, and spirit. And then hands come together at the heart center. Exhale. Good. Again, inhale, arms up overhead. Good. The gaze is high. Connect the fingers in Hakini Mudra. Exhale through the midline to the heart center. Good. Inhale, arms up overhead. This time, we're reaching really tall, so we've got tall side bodies. Let's take that right hand down and connect to the earth. So connect those finger points to the earth as if you're connecting heaven and earth. So you're reaching tall here. Good. Take your breath with you in your practice. And then if you would, take that left hand to the outside, kind of feel for your ear, and then gently, as you're pressing into the earth with that hand, take a neck stretch here. Gently, please. Good. Release that, reaching, connecting heaven and earth. Take a nice inhale here. Walk those fingertips out and take a side stretch. If you'd like, you can press into the earth with that hand and take the gaze high. Draw your breath in, full, deep, rich breath. Full, deep, rich life. And then walking those fingertip points back up. Inhale. And exhale, hands at the heart center, please. Good. Bow chin to chest, stretching out the back of the neck. And then let's inhale, arms up overhead, Hakini Mudra. And take that left hand down by your side, by your hip, and connect heaven and earth. So we're reaching, laser beam shooting out your fingertips. And then take your right hand, to the outside of that left ear, and gently take that head over toward the shoulder, maybe dropping that right shoulder a little bit. Being mindful of the neck. Take a breath. Release any tension in the lower belly. And then releasing that pose, connecting heaven and earth again, reaching, but pressing into the earth. Good. Nice extension. Walk those fingertips out and take that side stretch. If you'd like, press into the earth with that hand and take your gaze high. Maybe that's in your practice, maybe not today. Beautiful. Coming back up, hands through center, reach and forward fold, hinging at the hips. Maybe you find a block, or maybe you find the earth. Maybe you stop right here and you say, this is where I am today. And that's beautiful. Maybe you want to come down a little further on that block, or maybe you don't need a block at all. Your body, your choice. Maybe take crown of the head toward the earth. Shake the head yes and no. Good. Then walking hands back up. Would you meet me in tabletop, please? So in tabletop, here we are. Our hips are over our knees and our shoulders are over our wrists. And what we're going to do is some cat-cow here. So we're going to drop the belly, send the sit bones high, but we're really pressing the finger points, the fingerprints into the mat and lifting through the chest, and the gaze is high. Going at your own pace, turn tailbone under. Rounding through the shoulders, broad through the shoulders. In your own pace, inhaling, dropping belly. Cow. Exhale, navel to spine, hollow out the belly, pressing into the earth, standing on the hands, as if you were doing a handstand. And go a couple of more times through. Making it your own, taking your breath with you. Inhale deeply. Exhale, enjoying the gift of the breath here today. And then come to neutral spine, tabletop. I'd like you to turn the toes under, and you're in plank. So in plank, our legs are really strong. We are pressing through the heels. We are connecting all finger points to the mat, and our gaze is forward. Engage the quads. For 5, 4, 3, firing up the core, 2, 1, send it back, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, our first down dog of the day. If you would, pedal your feet out. Beautiful. Roll out like a wave in the ocean to plank. Strong body, strong core. Press back, downward facing dog. Really press into the earth with the hands and send those sit bones high. Let the head hang heavy. Roll out to plank. Beautiful. For 3, 2, 1. Press back, downward facing dog. And take a child's pose. So toes together, knees slightly apart. And we press back to child's pose. Come up onto those fingerprints, fingertips, and press the tailbone back. And bring that forehead to the earth. Now, if that is tough for your knees today, you can take puppy pose. So make it your own, your practice. And as you have those fingertips connected to the earth, you can push that tailbone towards the earth. Good. Take a nice inhale here. Inhale through tabletop, turn toes under, downward facing dog. Look between the hands and walk your feet between your hands. Now I'm going to use my blocks here to come up into a half lift. So in half lift, we have that neutral spine. We're reaching with the crown of the head, but we're taking our thighs and pressing them back towards the back of the room. And when you've got that great length, let's forward fold again. This time, take the feet about as wide as the hips and take the elbows and rock from side to side. Good. Maybe your hands are connecting finger points and you are swaying from side to side. Again, making it your own. Just feel the top of the head, the crown of the head going towards the earth. And then heel toe those feet back together and inhale to the half lift. Check in with your balance that you're not too far forward and you're not too far back. You don't have to have blocks. You can connect to shins or thighs. Forward fold again, please. Maybe you soften those legs. And then arms out to the side. We rise as a community. Find Hakini Mudra. And exhale through the third eye, throat chakra, and the heart center. And hold your hands in Anjali Mudra at the heart center. And take a mountain pose, please. So the hands are out by the side. Yeah, shoulders are up and back, so there's lots of space for the shoulders, space between the ears and the shoulders. Again, let that heart rise out of the cave of the chest. Lift through the quads. Lift the kneecaps. Feel yourself drawing up as if I was pulling a string from the crown of your head. And you're strong and resilient. You are majestic like the mountain. When the snow comes, you're still the mountain. When the rain comes, you're still the mountain. And in spring, those beautiful wildflowers begin to grow at the base of the mountain. You are the mountain, glorious in all seasons. Standing at this threshold in time, as we are as a gathered community. So let's lift our hearts, lift our thoughts. And here we go. Inhale, arms up overhead. Flat back, swan dive forward. Inhale to your half lift, get some space, and step the right foot back, and you're in lunge. Now you might course correct a little, you might micro adjust that foot a little wider, but you're in lunge, so stay here. That knee is over ankle on that left foot. Now connect those hands to the mat and step back to plank. Would you please lower your knees and cross your feet? And let's take 5 push-ups here to fire up the core. You don't have to do 5 if you don't want to. 2, 3, 4, or you could stay up high and plank and do that. 5, and then lower down all the way. Yeah. And let's take our hands under shoulders and squeeze those shoulder blades together. The legs are zipped up and we're pressing back. And let's press into baby cobra. Take those shoulder heads back and lift through the chest. Again, as if I'm drawing the heart out of the cave of the chest. Strong back. Turn toes under. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale the right leg high. Bring that knee into chest and step it on through. Good. Pivot the hips back and step the left foot forward. Inhale to your half lift. Strong spine here. Exhale, forward fold. Soft legs if you want. Crown of the head towards the earth. Arms out to the side. We rise. Strong, resolute. Hakini Mudra. Balancing the body, the mind, and the spirit. And exhale hands at Anjali Mudra. Good. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, flat back, swan dive forward. Inhale to your half lift, beauties. Step the left foot back, and you're in lunge. Hold here, feel your body. For a moment, just feel the wonder of the body that brought you to your practice today. And then step back, please, to plank. Now feel strong here, strong through the shoulders. Kick through those heels, and you've got those strong plank legs. Your gaze is forward. Drop the knees, cross the legs in the other direction, and take 5 push-ups. Or as many as you want. And if you don't want to take very many, just meet us all the way down in Chaturanga. If you know me, you know I hate push-ups. But it's necessary. Here we go, Chaturanga. So we've got our hands under our shoulders. Our shoulder heads are up and back. Lift a little higher. Up dog. Turn the toes under. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Bring that knee into chest and hover just a moment. Here's a transition and a threshold. How do you want to place that foot down? And there you are, in your lunge. Pivot the hips back and step the right foot forward. Inhale to the glorious half lift. Exhale, let it go. Crown of the head towards the earth. Arms out to the side, we rise. Hands in Hakini Mudra. The prayer of balance. For you, for your community, for the world, Mother Earth. Hands come in Anjali Mudra. Beautiful. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, flat back, swan dive forward. Inhale to the half lift. Exhale, step the right foot back, and you're in lunge. Drop that right knee and come up into Anjaneyasana, please. Hold here, strong body. Beautiful. Cartwheel the hands down and press back to the half split. Easy here. Can you flex that foot, kick through that heel, and peel those toes back? Come forward, Check it out. Turn the toes under and lift that strong body, right? Here you are. Hands are connected to the earth and send that left foot up and back. And bend that leg to open up the hip. When you do that, press into that right hand so that you even out those shoulders. Drop the left heel. Straighten that leg out and bring it back down. Adho Mukha Svanasana and pedal the feet out. Beautiful. On your next inhale, lift that right leg high, step it on through. Pivot the hips, step to the top of the mat. Inhale to the half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And arms out to the side, we rise. Beautiful. Right into the other side. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to the half lift. This time, step the left foot back and you're in lunge. Drop the left knee and come up onto that thigh before you are ready to soar in Anjaneyasana. Beautiful. Stay with the breath. Invite the breath in, and then cartwheel the hands down and press back to the half split. So we're drawing our hip creases back, and if we can, we try to flex that foot and bring those toes towards the face. Maybe you take this beautiful breath of life, inhaling and exhaling, chest towards thigh. And then if you would, come back, knee over ankle, turn the left toes under. The hands are connected to the mat, and we lift that strong body. And we send that right leg up and back, and bend that leg to open up the hip. Press into the mat with that left hand, and drop your heel. And then bring that foot back down and pedal it out. Good. On your next inhale, let's bring that right leg high, step it on through, pivot the hip, and step the left foot forward. Inhale to the half lift. Exhale, forward fold, and arms out to the side, we rise. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Hakini Mudra. And exhale, hands in Anjali Mudra at the heart center. Beautiful, well done. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, flat back swan dive forward. Inhale to the half lift. Exhale, step the right foot back and then the left and you're in plank. Press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg high. And bring that knee into chest and hover in that threshold, in that sacred dimension, and step the right foot to the outside of the pinky, so you're almost off the mat. And we're going to take that left hand into center of the mat, and we're going to raise the right arm. And we're going to stack those shoulders. Beautiful. Beautiful. Remember, that left leg is like in plank. It's strong, and it's helping to lift you so that you can open through the chest. Beautiful. Stay with your breath. And then from here, take that right hand and bring it down. And what we're going to do is I'm going to walk that right foot in a little, and we're going to press it back to pyramid. But we're just beginning our practice, so I don't want you to feel like you have to straighten that leg. If you've got blocks, or a blanket on either side rolled up, or a beach towel, here you are in pyramid pose. So make your adjustments where you need to. The toes are pointing at the top of the mat. Let me see you wiggle your toes, Morgan. Good. And maybe your head is hanging heavy in pyramid pose. Good. And then bending back into that knee, hands are down on the mat, step back to downward facing dog. Good. Roll out like a wave in the ocean's plank. Strong body, strong core. Navel to spine, knees are engaged. And we are lifting through the chest, but pushing through the heels. Press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg high, and hollow out the belly and bring that nose to knee, that knee to chest, in that threshold space. As we begin to transition left foot to the outside of the left pinky, take that right hand into the middle of the mat, and we're going to inhale the left arm up. Stacking shoulders, kicking into that strong plank right leg. Maybe you take a wrap, up to you. Stay with the breath. And then bringing that left hand down to mat, walk that left foot in and press it back to pyramid pose. Maybe you bump that right foot in a little bit. The toes are facing in the same direction. And if you've got blocks, you're here, or you're here. Or 3 different settings, you're here. Or maybe you don't need blocks at all and you're on your finger points. So we're drawing those hip creases back, just like we did in the half split. Relax your belly. Maybe relax your head towards the earth. And then bending into that knee, place your hands down on the mat firmly and push into the mat with the hands as if you're doing a handstand so that you can make room to send that left leg up and back. If you want to bend that leg and open up the hip, you certainly can. And then bring it back down, downward facing dog, pedal it out. Look between the hands and walk to the top of the mat. Any way you want to walk to the top of the mat. Your body, your choice. You know this is my jump and walk. Inhale to the half lift, glorious. Exhale, forward fold. And arms out to the side. We rise in Hakini Mudra. In a mantra of balance and peace. And exhale, hands in Anjali Mudra. Good. Take mountain pose, please. I have to widen my stance a little bit in mountain pose. Maybe you do too, maybe you don't. Shoulders are up and back. And I want you to remember in this space, this liminal space, this in-between place, Rumi says there are 1,000 different ways to kiss the ground. I just want you to remember that. That even in the space that we find ourselves in, there are 1,000 different ways that we might find to be grateful, to be useful, whatever the word is. And then inhaling, arms overhead. Exhale, flat back, forward fold. Inhale to the half lift. Step the right foot back. And you're in lunge. Drop that heel and come up into warrior one, please. So we drop that right heel and here we are. Warrior one. Beautiful. Now what I'd like you to do is straighten that left leg and take the arms out to the side. Open the palms. Here you are. In that space, open. Open to the possibilities that exist as we step through a threshold here. Come back into your warrior one. And if you would, reach forward, reach, kick through as if you were just rooted through that right heel, but you're reaching with your fingertips. And then would you take airplane wings, please? So reaching, laser beam shooting out the fingertips, you're reaching with the crown of the head, but the tailbone is really reaching towards the back of the room. And then check it out. With this right arm, I want you to swing it all the way open so that you are in warrior two to the back of the room. Nice. So you're just pivoting. That's right. those toes. So you're in warrior two to the back of the room, and you're taking that right hip crease back, and that knee is bent over ankle. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two, please, and open to starfish. Beautiful, reaching, grounded and rooted, but soaring. And then open to warrior two to the front of the room. So those left toes are towards the front edge of the mat, and the right foot is parallel to the small edge of the mat. And you're in warrior two. You take that left hip crease back, and you reach with the arms. Really engage the fingertips. Flip the palm and reverse to the back of the room. And it's as if I am pulling your heart out of the cave of your chest. Maybe your gaze is high. Come back to warrior two and cartwheel your hands and go through your vinyasa. So that can be knees or straight legs, lower down. Inhale to baby cobra or upward dog. Press it back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Beautiful. On your next inhale, take your right leg high. Bring that knee into chest. Step it on through and drop that left heel and come into warrior one. Beautiful. And we're in warrior one. Good. When you feel sure in your transition space, that means you're ready. So straighten that right leg, arms out by your side, open through the chest. So we're expansive and ready. Good. Come back into warrior one. And this time, reach forward. As if laser beams are shooting out your fingertips, but you are grounded. And then take airplane wings. Coming in just a little lower. Beautiful. Stay with the breath. Good. And then circling that left arm, we're going to move all the way to warrior two to the back of the room. Good. Beautiful. Flip the palm, reverse. Come back to warrior two and open to starfish. Good. And then come back to warrior two to the front of the room. Flip the palm, reverse. And then cartwheel the hands down and go through your vinyasa. Knees or straight legs, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to upward dog or cobra. And exhale, send it back, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Beautiful, Morgan. Beautiful, Sarah. Grace, Nick, all of you on Facebook. Good, and here we are in downward facing dog. Look between your hands and walk your feet between your hands. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Arms out to the side, we rise. Hands come to touch in Hakini Mudra, in that mantra, that intention of balance and peace. And exhale, hands in Anjali Mudra. Here we go, inhale. Exhale, flat back swan dive forward. Inhale to the half lift. Step the right foot back, come up into warrior one, please. Straighten that leg and open. Arms out to the side. Warrior one. And send those fingertips forward, reaching, extending, making space in the body, in the mind, and in the spirit. Airplane wings, please, takes you a little deeper. Come back up, find warrior two to the back of the room, please. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Come back to warrior two and find starfish. Our toes are pointing out, okay, in starfish. And I want you to pull it on down to goddess. Beautiful. Inhale. Starfish. Exhale, pull it down, goddess. Inhale, starfish. Pull it down to goddess. Inhale. 2 more times. Goddess. Inhale. Pull it down to goddess. Inhale, back to starfish. Find warrior 2 to the front of the room. Flip the palm, reverse, please. Come back to warrior 2 and find extended side angle. Beautiful, reaching. Using, don't kind of use that knee as a crutch, but use it to lift you through that strong core. Reverse. Beautiful. Straighten that leg, that left leg, and let's find triangle pose here. Now you can use a block here or a cushion, whatever helps you connect more deeply to the earth and to your body and to your own practice. I find using a block gives me, obviously, that great lift, but it helps me to open through the chest. Good. And then coming back into that warrior 2, if you would. Come to crescent lunge, please. We're in crescent lunge, and so we widen our stance a little bit. We're high on our right toes. Take the hands through Anjali Mudra and twist to the left, please. And find maybe that knee there. Maybe you open. Up to you. Come back through center, crescent lunge, please. And step it forward to chair. Airplane wings. And rocket. Inhale. And exhale, hands in Anjali Mudra. Here we go. On the other side. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, flat back, swan right forward. Inhale to the half lift. Exhale, step the left foot back and come up into warrior 1. Now be sure of your transition. Toes are spread out on the mat. Inhale, lift the side bodies. Beautiful. When you're ready, straighten that right leg open. Take a smile across your face. Come back to warrior 1. And reach with the hands. Imagine you're pushing away things that you don't need, things that don't serve you, and then draw in what you do want. Airplane wings during this threshold, this liminal space, this time that we're in. And then taking that left hand, warrior 2, to the back of the room. Flip the palm. Reverse the warrior. Come back to warrior 2, please, and find starfish. Good. Take a nice inhale here and pull it down to goddess. Inhale. Starfish, pull it down. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Sink a little deeper. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Move that life force. Inhale. Last time. Goddess. Beautiful. Come back up and find warrior 2 to the front of your mat. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. I have to do it this way. Good. Come back to your warrior 2, extended side angle. Beautiful. Take that arm for a wrap. Good. And then reverse your warrior with that wrap. Beautiful. Stay with your breath. Come back to warrior 2, please. And excuse me, straighten that leg and let's find triangle pose. Beautiful. Drawing those thighs together, opening those hips. Good. Opening through the chest. Come back to warrior 2. Beautiful. And come into, if you would, come into crescent lunge. Good. And here we are in our crescent lunge, reaching with the hands alongside bodies. Take the hands in Anjali Mudra, and if you would, reach with the crown of the head and find your twist. Lengthening through the side bodies, moving shoulders away from the ears maybe. Opening here, up to you. Your practice, your choice. Coming back up through center. Whew. Stepping forward to chair. Airplane wings, sink a little deeper. Lift your toes. Good. Rocket. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Well done. I hope you're enjoying this practice. Let's keep going. Here we go. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, flat back, swan dive forward. Inhale to the half lift. Exhale, step the right foot back and you're in crescent lunge. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up overhead. And step through with your knee high. And if you would, take that left hand to the outside of the right knee. Find your twist. Beautiful. If you prefer, you can take hold of that toe or the outside of that foot or the ankle. Play around. Reaching with the fingertips. Good. If you would, take that foot across the thigh and sit into a chair. Now you can stay right here. Here are your options today. If you want to take an arm balance, you can do that. Hook, you can bring those feet down toward those hands to the earth, and you can take your arm balance here. If you prefer, you can stay here, or you can slide that right leg down, crossing the feet, and take a forward fold. Now, if you want to stay right here, you can stay right here, or you can take Bakasana with crossed feet too. So all kinds of options today. So find the beauty in the pose for your body today. Whatever feels good to you. And then coming back into that standing pigeon, if you would. And send that leg back for warrior 3. Whoa. Be kind to yourself. And when you're ready, you're in crescent lunge. Holy moly. Are you feeling it? I see you. You guys are awesome. Step it forward, please. Airplane wings. Utkasan. Rocket. Inhale. Glorious community that you are. Exhale, hands. In Anjali Mudra. How are we doing, guys? Man, I miss being able to touch you and move around the room. Catching my breath. Awesome. Here we go on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, flat back swan dive forward. Inhale to the half lift. Exhale, step the left foot back. You're in crescent lunge. Yeah. Long side bodies. Rooted and grounded, but soaring. Step forward with your knee high. Take right hand to the outside of that left knee and open in a twist. Now, if you prefer, you can be here. Whatever feels good to you. And then coming back, bring that foot across that thigh in standing pigeon. And again, you have choice here. You can either take an arm balance here, connecting that foot to the forearm and finding your arm balance. Whoa, excuse me. You know this is not my good side. So I might take and do something a little different. I might slide my left foot to the outside of my right foot and just take a forward fold here. But really pressing into the mat with the feet in the forward fold, or maybe I want to take an arm balance with those feet crisscross. Whatever feels good in your practice today. And then let's try and meet again in the standing pigeon. Going slow, taking your time, being compassionate with yourself as you move through this time and space, which is so different. What are those touchstones for you? And then taking that foot back, warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. And when you're ready, stepping it out to crescent lunge, thank God Almighty. Inhaling, stepping forward to Utkatasana, airplane wings, rocket, and here we go. Inhale and exhale. Hands in Anjali Mudra. So let's take our feet as wide as the mat, at the top of the mat. And here we go. Let's come down to the yogic squat. Beautiful. Take a moment here as we make our way back down to the earth. That beautiful earth that nourishes us and embraces us. And then take a seat, please. I know we're coming up on that hour. If you would, take the feet out in front of you, maybe moving that flesh. Maybe you've got blocks here. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Maybe your legs are soft like mine. Either way, our knees are soft, and forward fold. If you've got blocks, sometimes it can be really good because they can help you to kind of have this little bit of pull and this tension here. And then just bring it all the way down to the mat. Ooh. That was some wicked fun. I hope you're enjoying it. Awesome. Good. And then coming back up, what I'd like you to do is slowly lower all the way down. And when you do, bring that right knee into chest, please. And place it back down on the earth. Bring that left knee into chest. And place it back down. And then bring one foot flat on the floor, then the other. And I'd like for you to take that right foot across the thigh. In that reclined pigeon now, if you would lift and bring that knee closer to chest. Maybe you've got your elbow on the outside, or on the inside, excuse me, of that right knee. Flex those feet, engage those muscles. And maybe if you have got your hands clasped behind your left thigh. You can draw that in. Now, if you would release, and that foot comes back down to the earth, but you're still in that reclined pigeon. And if you would, take a twist. So you're going to let that right foot fall over to the left side and find a twist here. Oh, glorious. I hope you can still see me. Oh, melt your shoulders into the earth. Relax your face and your chest. Broad through the collarbones. Let your breath wash over you like a wave. And then if you would push into the floor with that right foot and take that foot back down. Now, if you would, take the feet about hips distance apart and windshield wiper the feet. Back and forth. Back and forth. And then bring the feet hips distance apart, flat on the floor. Bring that left foot across that right thigh. And when you're ready, lift and engage, and maybe clasp the hand behind that right thigh. Maybe press that elbow into that inside of that left knee for reclined pigeon. Beautiful. And then bringing that foot back down, take the arms out to the side and bring that left foot to connect to earth. Maybe right hand to left knee as you take a supine twist. The Subet's twist, as we call it. And then coming back through center, let's windshield wiper those feet, feet wide apart. Windshield wiper those knees. Good, hug knees into chest. And when you're ready, slowly lowering legs down for Shavasana today. And there you are in Shavasana. Take whatever modification you need. And just release into the earth. Stay in Shavasana. Let the earth embrace you, become one. Turn that music down. I'm hoping it doesn't register too much here. But staying in Shavasana, I would like to read another excerpt from Christine Walters Painter. Enjoy the sweet part of your practice. Where you've practiced those 8 limbs of yoga, the yamas and the niyamas, being kind to yourself, loving your community, moving the body through asana, moving the breath, the pranayama, connecting to the life force that you move through your body, using pratyahara, willing one thing, not being distracted so that you can meditate on those important things in this threshold in time, in this space, that we walk together. We are walking this sacred space together so that we might move closer to the divine reality for us all, one where community is all healthy and well, everyone. Christine says, when we pause between activities or spaces or moments in our day, we open ourselves up to the possibility of discovering a new kind of presence in the in-between times. When we rush from one thing to another, we skim over the surface of life, losing that sacred attentiveness that brings forth revelations in the most ordinary of moments. This calls us to a sense of reverence, this time, this sacred pause. It calls us to a sense of reverence for slowness, for mindfulness, and for the fertile, dark spaces between our goals, where we can pause, center ourselves, and listen. We can open up a space within for the divine to work, for beloved to work, for Great Spirit, for God, whatever you call that to be, to work. We become fully conscious of what we are about to do rather than mindlessly completing yet another task. So maybe that's a part of your truth today. So bring your attention back to the gift of the breath washing over you right now. Drink it in, knowing that this is a gift today, this gift of breath that we have. Maybe begin to bring some movement back into the fingers and the toes. And when you're ready, rolling over onto your right side, hugging in the body, grateful for the body that brought you to this practice. And when you're ready, pressing up from your mat, come to a seated position on your mat. Let's all inhale, arms up overhead. Hakini Mudra, if you would, the gaze is high. Sending out your intention, your prayer, your mantra today. Exhale, hands through third eye, that we might be connected. Through the throat chakra, that you might speak your truth to the heart center, knowing that we are all divinely one. Namaste. Blessings to you all. So great to do community with you. Remember, community to me is a sacrament, it's a holy thing. This room is not a community room without you. So let's hold each other in this liminal space, this threshold, knowing we're shoulder to shoulder. Blessings to your day. Thank you so much. Whew.
Thank you, Lisa.
You are welcome.
Awesome.
You can turn your microphones on or your sound on. Facebook is over. How'd you do?
That was good.
Good. Felt wonderful.
I'm so glad. Sarah, how'd you do, dear?
Good. It's
I'm
really
so
good.
good. I think I got off track a little bit, but we hung in there. Thank you.
It was fantastic, Lisa.
I'm so glad. I needed it. Whew.
Wonderful.
Awesome. So today we're going to be on at 1:30 for Power of 8, Intentional Healing. And Sarah, I will lead the meditation. Is that what you'd like?
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that works. That would be fantastic.
Great. I can't wait. And we really need to rally around Nell. I'm very concerned.